welcome back to another mysterious episode of your favorite podcasters podcast on YouTube and Spotify. It's the Av Files. I'm your host, Av, asking questions. And as always, I'm joined by my ever enigmatic co-host, Daniel of Arius and the Nations. Welcome back, my friend.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love being here, man. It's always good. You know, I say that in every episode, but it is really good to just step away and do this, man. It's fun. Well, it's like odd fun. It's interesting fun. I don't know, man, but it's great. It's great. Good times. Party times.
It's something
man,
to do.
Yes, but it's also good because you come up with some crazy ass stories. So I'm here for that. That I'm not familiar with at most of the time. Nearly all of the time.
Well, no, I mean, there's a lot of stories, a lot of weird ass stories to talk about.
Yes, we're going to be doing this for a long time. Long time.
Yeah, or unless somebody takes us out, because if I die suddenly, it's not because I wanted to.
It's because I was like, maybe he just wanted his toast while he was taking a bath.
Right,
like any normal human being.
Right.
Oh man,
who doesn't? Suddenly trip down the stairs with a gun in their mouth.
Love that. Well, actually, it wasn't the fall that it was the bullet he fell on.
Right? Yeah.
Damn. But what do we have today? What do we have today, man?
Well, before we go any further, please, if you're enjoying this, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, share with everybody you know.
Yeah, bring them into the fold. Bring them into the madness where only questions get asked, and you are leaving more perplexed than you did when you came in.
Right, you're leaving like
we're not. We're
what the fuck did I just listen
like,
to?
what the hell was that?
So what was the point of this?
Like, wait, so did you answer anything? Exactly. We don't offer answers. That's a different podcast. We ask questions.
Yeah. That's not this podcast.
No.
This podcast is just it questions. Is what it is. So today we'll be talking about 21-year-old Canadian student Elisa Lam, Elisa with an E, who disappeared under mysterious and very strange circumstances from the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles in January of 2013. Her disappearance sparked an extensive search effort and generated significant media coverage at the time. But before we go any further, let's take a little look at the history of the Cecil Hotel. Now, the Cecil Hotel. I know I keep.
That's a tough one. Cecil.
The Cecil.
So L.A. Okay.
Yes, downtown Los Angeles. The Cecil Hotel opened its doors on December 20th, 1924, as a luxury hotel for business travelers and tourists. And at the time, it cost $1.5 million to complete. It was supposed to be just one of several other hotels that were supposed to be built in the area. But within 5 years of its opening, the hotel declined quickly when the United States sank into the Great Depression. And subsequently, decades later, this area would later be known as Skid Row. Not the band.
Not the band.
Not the band. It wasn't known as Skid Row the band. It's just Skid Row where a lot of shit goes down.
Got it. Hey, let's turn the elevator up to 11. What?
Where would be increasingly populated with transients and hobos and all kinds of other riffraff.
Got it. Now, when you said it's the Great Recession is what hit us in that time, right?
Right. Yes.
Not the Great Depression. This is not Dust Bowl. This is not Grapes of Wrath time, guys. Just letting you guys know.
It was the Great Depression.
Kind of. Yes, I get it. The Depression was great, but the Great Depression was pre-World War I. But I got you. So right around like basically the housing collapse in the nation, this thing tried to survive and it just went to shit. Like,
they got it built in like the 20s, right? Mm-hmm. They got it built in the 20s. It was like at the time one of the big luxury hotels at the time, and so when it hit, they were supposed to. It was supposed to be built up and like have a bunch of hotels like this around the areas, and it's supposed to attract tourists and whatever. But then when it happened, it just all went to shit.
Damn, got it.
And
so it was great.
Just,
so it was Great Depression. This is a Great Depression hotel.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So it was
been there for like 100 years old.
It's been there for a long time, and obviously everybody, it's not bringing any tourists in, so people around there and everybody was just, hitting rock bottom at the time. So it didn't do anything but bring in bad people.
Got it.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. So the first death at the Cecil was in 1931. A guest by the name of W.K. Norton died in his room after taking poison capsules. Oddly enough, it's said that he checked in under the alias James Willis from Chicago. In September of 32, a man named Benjamin was found not alive in an apartment by an apparent single self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. And he did not leave a note. So did he do it to himself or did somebody else do it?
Well, probably. I mean, you're not looking at the Waldorf Astoria.
But this is kind of like, this is the lore of the hotel. This is one of the things. It was like, these things happen. Somebody just offs himself, doesn't leave a note. It's usually kind of weird if somebody does that and they don't leave some sort of note saying, I did it.
So what you're saying is you can check in anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Yeah.
So this is the Hotel California.
Yeah. 2 music references in one episode.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So March of 32, Grace Morgo, she fell from a 9th-story window. Her fall was broken by telephone wires wrapped around her body. She died later at the hospital, and the police were unable to determine whether Morgo's death was an accident or a suicide. And then through the 40s
accident
and 50s,
or a suicide? An accident or a suicide? What the hell?
Yeah, that was just one of their statements.
I love that. I love the old cop work. It's just like, she could have fell. She could have pretended she had wings. Anything.
Something. Right. But I mean, again, like, did she do it on her own, or was it somebody do it? Did someone force her out the window?
Yeah, true.
Right. So like through the 40s and 50s, a lot of these people did things like that happen. And in 64, retired phone operator named Pigeon Goldie Osgood, who was by all counts a well-known and well-liked long-term resident of the hotel. She got her nickname because she would feed the pigeons in a nearby park. That's where the name comes from. So she was found dead in her room, and her room had been ransacked, and she had been beat, raped, and stabbed. A man by the name, they did get somebody, they had a suspect, because he was covered in, the guy was like wandering around by the hotel, covered in blood. But he was never officially charged with her murder, and he was later cleared as a suspect. So her murder still remains unsolved to this day.
So that means there was just a random dude out there covered in blood.
Remember, this is like Skid Row. So I'm sure there's a lot of random guys covered in blood at the time too. Back in the 60s, 40s, and 50s. So, and Cecil became a notorious spot for cheating couples, drug users, and prostitution. Now, there have been many deaths at the hotel, some still unsolved and mysterious, and some creepy and strange residents who have stayed at the Cecil. But in the 1980s, one of the most famous was the infamous serial killer, the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez. Ramirez was a regular in the Skid Row area and around the Cecil Hotel. According to a hotel clerk who knew him, Ramirez stayed at the Cecil for weeks at a time. It's known that Ramirez committed most of his murders while he was staying at the hotel. He didn't kill, I don't think he killed anybody at the hotel, or maybe he did. But he did go out and kill people and then come back to the hotel.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's crazy.
So
He would
this
reportedly
hotel
take
is
all of
like
his bloody clothes.
this hotel is like the Star Wars cantina, basically.
Yeah, I mean,
This
yeah,
is
really,
just
it is. It
yeah.
is because people would go there, they would go and like do, crazy shit, come back and then like go home, leave,
Oh my god, yeah.
go somewhere else. I mean, I mean, but that's just what the hotel it attracted
Attracted.
that crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he would reportedly take all of his bloody clothes off in an alley outside the building before climbing the interior stairs back to his room, still wearing his bloody stained underwear. On August 30th of 85, he was spotted by a group of Los Angeles residents in the street, and they made sure he didn't get away until the police arrived and arrested him. In 89, Ramirez was convicted of 13 murders, sentenced to death, but he wasn't the only serial killer to make the Cecil Hotel his temporary home. In 1991, Austrian Jack Unterweger stayed at the hotel. Some say he was trying to copy Ramirez's crimes. While he stayed there, he strangled and killed at least 3 prostitutes, crimes he was convicted of in Austria. Elisa Lam. So, I mean, that I guess they took him back to Austria after that.
Yeah.
That's
okay. So, not the best rapport here. This is not the hotel to plan your vacation around.
I don't think this is a 5-star.
No. Okay.
Yeah. So then, so Elisa Lam was a student at the University of British Columbia. She started a blog about fashion and accounts of her life, and particularly her struggles with mental illness. In a post on her blog in 2012, she said she had a relapse at the start of the current school term and that she had to drop several classes. She also said how it made her feel so utterly directionless and lost. Lam made plans to take a trip to California, which she was going to blog about as she went along. She traveled alone on the Amtrak and intercity buses. When she got there, she visited the San Diego Zoo and posted photos of her trip on social media. On January 26th, she arrived in LA. 2 days later, she checked into the infamous Cecil Hotel. She was initially assigned a shared room with the hotel's 5th floor. However, her roommates would later complain to the front desk about what they later described as odd behavior, and Lam was moved to her own room 2 days later. It was reported. What's up?
Wait. So wait, what I kind of missed that. There's such a thing as a shared room. So like a hostel?
Yeah, I think I guess so. This hotel, I guess you could share a room with somebody.
That's nuts. Okay. That's absolutely nuts. Okay. Wow.
Right. Well, she was, I mean, she wasn't all together, so she scared her roommates.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
It was reported she was leaving notes to her roommates saying, "Go away and go home." A few days before her disappearance, Lam attended a live taping of Conan in Burbank, but was escorted off the premises by security due to disruptive behavior. So she was at like the Conan show.
Okay.
And she like messed up the taping, I guess, and I don't know what they didn't say exactly what she was doing, but she was being disruptive, so they kicked her out.
Yeah. That's okay. So something was obviously not firing on all cylinders in her personal life, in her mental state. Got it.
Mm-hmm. So it said Lam would call her parents in British Columbia daily while she was traveling, even up till the day she disappeared. On January 31st, 2013, she was scheduled to check out of the hotel and leave for Santa Cruz. That was the last time anyone saw her. Police began to search for her, and like I said before, it garnered widespread attention. At first, it seemed like your typical missing person case, but the case took a strange and bizarre turn when the hotel surveillance footage from the elevator was released to the public.
All right, so check this out, guys. Let's watch this. We have it. Let me pull it up. Ready? Here we go. This is the Elisa Lam video. Ready? It's
this is actual video of her. Yeah, this is actual video of her. And she's seen
wait,
in there. She's like pushing all the
buttons. Wait,
pushing all the buttons.
Yeah, what the hell? Like she pushed that whole. Can you see my cursor on the screen? Can you see it or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, if you can, look,
yes.
she pushed all of these buttons in a row. Who does that? It's kind of crazy. Let's just keep going. That's nuts. And then what?
Watch.
And then what? Why?
It's pretty creepy, man. It's pretty creepy, man.
That is very creepy, dude. What the hell is she doing? Why is that door taking so long to close?
Yeah, she's like, I don't know. Is she like talking to somebody? Is she like talking to somebody?
And then what happens? So she's outside this thing, and the door isn't even closing yet, which is odd.
Right. I don't know if it's because she pushed all. the buttons. She looks distraught.
Yeah. She looks drugged, dude. What is she doing?
She keeps playing with the buttons of the elevator.
Bro.
Yeah, see, it looks like she's talking to somebody. Or something.
I don't think you talk like that to somebody. You talk to one of the... I don't know, man.
I don't remember if that was the whole video or not.
No, we still got half a video to go. She gets back in, doesn't she?
I don't remember. Oh wait, is that her in there?
No, not yet. So this is kind of nuts stuff, man. So it closes. Okay. So that's the video.
Okay.
Let me just make sure. And it opens and closes again. That's it.
Oh, it's going floor by floor. Buttons.
Oh. Okay. That's nuts, man.
It's crazy, right?
That's kind of...
that was the video.
That's weird, man. Okay.
So the video showed Lam behaving erratically, pressing multiple elevator buttons, and strangely peeking out the door, looking around the corner as if she was being followed, or gesturing strangely as if she was talking to someone or something that wasn't there. And of course, the video went viral, because I remember when this came out, I was like, "What?" And people online were saying she's being somebody. Some people said she was being followed by somebody, was like following her. She was being stalked. Mm-hmm. Other people started saying how she's like, there was a creature that was like chasing her, that was after her, and she was trying to get away from it. That's what people were saying at the time. Wow. So it's capturing the attention of people worldwide, fueling numerous theories about what might have happened to her. The video footage was the last anyone would see her alive. Nearly 3 weeks after her disappearance, residents of the hotel were complaining about low water pressure and a strange taste to the water. Some reports claimed that at times the water looked black. After some time, Lamb's body was discovered in one of the hotel's rooftop water tanks, which provided water to the guest rooms, kitchen, and a coffee shop.
Oh,
When they pulled, yeah, yeah. So if you were taking a shower in the hotel at that time, a little bit of her is on you.
oh,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God.
That was one of the things that yeah, everyone after were like, "Oh, wait, what?" So when they pulled,
okay.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to think of the different because if this is the last video that we've seen her alive, I don't think she was chased by anything because she doesn't seem like someone that's being chased. I feel like she looks like someone that's being plagued by something or afflicted by something, like either a schizophrenic breakdown or a drug of some sort or drugs of all sorts. You know, like
Well, I mean, down there by the area that she was in, there was, I'm sure there was
definitely,
very easy to get all kinds of stuff. You
yeah,
know, from
and
a little bit of weed to
or she
whatever.
was drugged on purpose. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the deplorables that stay at this hotel could have easily seen her as an easy mark, someone that we haven't caught yet or hasn't been found yet. This could have been one that almost got away.
True.
You
True.
know,
I mean, it could
so
again because I mean, there's been serial killers that were staying in the hotel.
so you know, there's that. And if anyone was like infatuated with her and following her vlogs, they could have easily put the pieces together,
Mm-hmm.
right? If they were that psychotic. But if you're running away from someone, you don't go ahead and push all the buttons down the elevator thing. Like that is not that slows down your getaway.
Well, you also wouldn't stand there with the door open, looking
No,
around.
no.
You'd want the door to close as soon as possible.
As
But the
soon
thing
as
that got me
possible.
is like she's like standing over there in the corner like this, like waiting to see if someone's gonna come up to the door or something. And she like hops out and she's like looking around. It was just very odd her behavior.
Yeah. So, and then the other thing is, so from here, this video, she ends up swimming in the drinking reservoir.
So all right, well, I'll get to that.
Yeah.
So when they pulled her out, it said that Lamb's body was face up and showed no signs of physical or sexual assault. But they had to drain the tank and cut her out since the maintenance hatch was too small to accommodate equipment needed to remove Lamb's body from the tank. The discovery raised more questions than answers, as accessing any of the rooftop tanks would have required significant effort, leading to speculation about how Lamb could have ended up there. It's still unclear as to how she got into the tank, because the doors and stairs that have access to the hotel's roof are locked, with only staff having the passcodes and keys to get to the roof. Any attempt to force them open would supposedly trigger an alarm. So that's why people were like, how the heck did she get up there then? If it was her that did it on her own, which I'm totally can understand why people would say that too, because she looked like she was having an episode of some sort. How did she get to the roof?
Yeah.
Everything's locked, right? It's like you have the key to your car, nobody can get in but you, but then some girl somehow gets is in your trunk.
Yeah. What?
How do you
You
explain
know
it?
what? It's like a jigsaw puzzle, dude. This is like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like if you take 4 different jigsaw puzzles and mix them together, and you're
Right.
like have these pieces that necessarily fit, but they're not part of the same fucking puzzle. Like if this
Right.
was on the side of let's say a serial killer, that answers a lot of questions, right? I would like that answers a lot of questions. I feel like she
But
was
even
drugged.
still, that's a lot of work for a serial killer.
Well, I mean,
Because
remember
then
the serial killer's goal is never to get caught. right?
Right.
So
But
he
that's a
could
lot of work to
probably.
get somebody up to the roof. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you gotta somehow get her to the roof, whether it's alive or in a duffel bag. You have to carry all that up to the roof. And then it would have to be someone that worked there
it would
because
have to
it'd be
be.
easier. Yeah.
Then you zero in. Okay. Then if it's a guest of the hotel, then that could be anyone. That could be
Yeah.
anyone, right? And I feel like it if it was gonna be someone that deleted her, it was gonna be someone probably a guest, a deplorable guest, because I feel like staff working at a hotel like this, they they couldn't care less. Like they're not gonna do something stupid, but at the same time, they probably are not proud of, let's say, where they work. They're like, this is just a means to an end. I'm gonna get out of this job. I just don't
Mm-hmm.
see it like uh, it's not this. Like I said, the Waldorf Astoria. This is not 5-star elegance. This is you're getting all the riffraff from the streets.
You're getting what you get.
Hmm.
That's
So,
it.
and I don't see the staff of those places having the gumption to kill someone unless it's the serial killer that works on the staff, and then that
Right.
would
Right.
open up a whole nother channel. That would open up a whole nother rabbit hole of okay. And then I'm assuming they interviewed all the staff. They
Oh,
had to have,
I mean,
right?
they have to. They have to. Yeah. I mean, from the manager on down. They. I mean, again, I'm assuming that that's what they did. You know.
Uh,
So, who knows? It could be that there's two people, somebody working there and somebody that a resident or somebody that just passing by that lives in the area that they work together and they
I
did something. I don't know.
I
It's
I
it's just weird.
wonder. Yeah, because that's just out of the way. If this whole thing was self inflicted, it's way out of the way. There's easier ways to do this to for deletion. Like take that lady's
Mm-hmm.
flight out the window, onto the power lines.
Yeah.
That was the easiest way out. Not climb into the water tank reservoir that like you need special machinery to open.
Right. Right.
Like
Yeah.
that's and if it
Yeah.
was only one body they found in the reservoir, then like that's odd too. That's odd too, because then it's just like it's so random. It's too random, man. It doesn't make any effing
Right.
sense.
So, okay, so the hotel's fire escape could have allowed her to bypass those security measures, but her scent trail was lost near a window that connected to it. A video posted to the internet after Lamb's death showed that the hotel's roof was easily accessible via the fire escape and that two of the lids of the water tanks were open. Apart from the question of how she got on the roof, others asked if she could have gotten into the tank by herself. All four tanks were 4 by 8 foot, 1.2 by 2.4 meters, cylinders propped up on concrete blocks. There was no fixed access to them, and hotel workers had to use a ladder get up to look up in the water. Right, you had to get a big ladder to get up there.
She's
She
an eight
she
foot,
didn't have a
8 foot
ladder.
up, 8 foot
Yeah,
up.
yeah. She wasn't like 9 foot and could have got in there.
Wow.
This is why people were like, even if she did bypass, find another way up there, there's no way that she was going to be able to get into the tanks. I mean, she'd really have to like work hard to get into the tanks.
Yeah.
That's just what it sounds like anyway. So they were protected by heavy lids that would be difficult to replace from within. So if she was in the tank, how is she going to close the tank on herself?
There it is. There it is.
The
Yeah. This
hotel
is
employee, the hotel employee who found the body said that the lid was open at the time, removing the issue of how she could have closed the lid from inside. Police dogs that searched through the hotel for Lamb, even on the roof, shortly after her disappearance was noted, did not find any trace of her. So basically, they looked on the roof. They had scent dogs. They had them all sniffing around on the roof for her. No scent of her on the roof. She had to have walked on the roof to get herself into the tank. If she did, the dogs would have picked it up.
Then again, think about this. I'm pretty sure her scent was all over that hotel because of the water.
But she still would have been able to, if you get onto the roof, you're still going to know that she's up there. You're still going to find it.
Wouldn't it smell?
That's the thing.
This is in LA, and it's basically the hatch is open and it's creating soup.
Yeah, it's. I mean, not to be too graphic, but it's like cooking in there the whole time.
Yeah.
So yes, the dog should have smelled her if she was on the roof.
Unless it's just up. Like, since it's 8 foot up, maybe the scent escaping out the vent is up. Like, it's just not around the heads of people. They're not climbing up and getting above the towers or the.
I mean, maybe that's a good possibility. I'm not a forensics, so I don't know if it was like a windy day when the dog was there and the scent was just flying up, and they couldn't smell it. But like I said, had she got on the roof and she was walking around, the dog would have smelled that she was on the roof walking around, and they would have followed it to the tank.
Yeah.
They didn't. Right?
How long
after her death
was
her
she
tumbler
missing for? Oh, sorry. Mm-hmm.
No, it's cool. What did I say? It was like a few days.
Okay.
Because it was like a few days, yeah. And she would talk to her family constantly while she was on her trip. She would call them daily. Every day she was calling. So when they didn't hear from her, they became worried. Start calling around. They report her missing. She's not answering her phone. Nothing like that. And she had a Tumblr. So after her death, her Tumblr blog was updated, presumably through Tumblr's cache option that allows posts to automatically publish themselves when the user is away. But her phone was not found either with her body or in her hotel room, which is weird.
Yeah.
So it was automatically publishing posts. I don't know if she had a bunch of posts cached and just waiting to be posted, but her Tumblr was just automatically loading posts up after she had passed away.
That's so trippy. But that to me isn't a thing. The fact that she's around, that her phone wasn't found around her is a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they don't know where her phone is.
Unless, and now hear me out on this craziness. So let's, for a second, what if we scrap the idea that it's a serial killer? What if since she was vlogging and doing all this kind of video kind of stuff, what if she caught something near one of the alleys of the deplorables that reside in the hotel?
She could have. I mean, it's not like it would be hard to stumble onto something going on around the corner that you probably shouldn't be looking at.
Yeah. Or what did they interview the previous roommates? Like
they just got away from her because she was acting too weird for them. Yeah, she was. They were all like, she's too weird. We want to get away from her. She's acting very erratic. She has. Oh man, she was known to. Oh, she was bipolar. She was known to be bipolar.
So, yeah, that's crazy, man. So, I mean, dude, this is so perplexing because it's such a difficult place to reach, and the circumstances could lead you in many different ways. And then on top of it, she's known to. She has a mental condition that would make her erratic at times based on whether she's on medication, not medication, or if she was drugged or drugged up, or it could lead in so many different ways. And that last video is so weird. It's so odd. It's like whatever you think you're seeing, you see it again, and you're like, yeah, no, she couldn't be hiding from someone, because that's not how you hide from someone. She couldn't be talking to someone, because that's not how you talk to someone. She couldn't, it's just odd. So what are the theories that are out there?
No, it's weird.
Like you said, running from a beast, running from someone, something, talking to something. Like,
some people do believe, like you said, that she was having like a mental episode, and she just kind of was hallucinating and was seeing things that wasn't really there. I think there was one statement saying how like she has had those types of episodes before, where she hid under her bed because she thought like somebody was after her, or something was there, so she hid under her bed, and her parents kind of like with her to get her from the bed.
wow.
Yeah.
Well,
so
whatever.
I mean, after a
was,
while, the
apparently
hotel
got her.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Because there's when you think of the hotel, this hotel has a lot of bad, juju in it.
Yes. If you're gonna go and disappear and be found in the water retention tank, this would be the hotel to be found. Like, this would be the hotel that would happen.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
I wonder
but they tried
what room
to
did they move her into?
That I don't know. They just said they moved her.
Because that would be
She was on the
interesting to
fifth
see
floor.
if, like, if it was one of those serial killer rooms,
or somebody that had
that would be
not made it through to the next day.
Yeah.
So when they got killed in there, or got rid of themselves while they were in the room or something. Yeah. There's a lot of, if you could look at you can look online. There's a lot of what do you call it? There's a lot of people that have not made it, while staying at the hotel. And it's just weird because it's like they've either deleted themselves, or somebody did it to them, or they just ended up being dead, and then nobody knows what happened. Like, how did they die? Because it looks like it could have been they did it to themselves, but still looks like someone might have done it. Nobody knows, man. It's crazy. They did try to make the hotel into a nicer hotel. They actually kind of split it into like two hotels. I think it's still called the Cecil Hotel, and the other side is called something else. But they try to separate it, that like people that live in the area can still stay there, and that people that want to visit can visit on the other side, and it's supposed to be nicer. It's still the same fucking hotel.
Yeah, they need to bring that shit down, dude.
They just try to make it, it's man.
Dude, I would just run with the whole haunted thing.
I wouldn't want to go to that hotel.
I would run with it would make more money with it being haunted. This story is nuts, dude. This actually has no answers at all. Still no answers on this one. So that was an interesting effing story. No answers.
Yeah, it was. No answers. None whatsoever. None. Just more questions. Because, what really happened to her? You could say, like, oh, she climbed up all this fire escape. Did she? Or did somebody help her up there?
And where did she get the ladder, apparently? To climb up there?
Yeah, it's this big tank. How are you going to get up there? I don't know. She could have done it to herself. But
yeah, just enigmatic as always. But this is a crazy story because we have video. We have video for this, so this just makes it weirder.
That's the thing too. Yeah, when you see the video, it kind of creeps you out.
That's crazy. Just knowing that, like, So would this be?
So,
Did they put this
anyway.
video hours?
Yeah.
Before her death?
No, this came out after they found her.
No, I know, but like, was this video taken supposedly in their timeline of things that happened hours, or was this a day before her death? How long?
No, I
like.
Actually, I think that might have been. I think that was the day, the January 30th or whatever it was. I think that was like the day that she disappeared.
Wow. So it's safe to assume that she was hours away from death in this video, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, nuts, dude. It's creepy.
No,
it's creepy.
But
it's always good to know the history of a place you visit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to know the history because you never know what you're getting.
Yeah.
But anyway. So hey guys, thank you very much for joining us. I'm Av. That's Daniel. Please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Your comments are very important to us. We love to read them. We do. We really truly do.
Yes.
I enjoy reading them.
Yep.
When I'm at work, gives me something to do. But please leave a comment. Share it with your family and friends. And until next time, everybody, peace.
In a world of shadows and hidden truths, we search for answers, we chase the clues. A podcast of enigma.